Hi, David here. Just before we get into this week's podcast, can I remind you to like, follow, share and review. And you can email us with your questions, your comments and your content ideas. The email is sarahbutler@home@gmail.com. Welcome to the Sarah Butler at Home podcast. It is March, everybody.
When was the last one?
January.
Okay, we're not doing too bad.
No, that's not too bad now, in
bad.
fairness. I have to say, to our lovely dear listener, the last time we were here, after we finished recording the podcast, you said to me, just give me a second, I need to put on a bit of makeup.
How do you remember this?
Because it was 45 minutes of makeup.
What?
And it took you 45 minutes, and then you said, does this look okay? And then I went, yeah, it's fine, yeah, fine. And then you went and looked at yourself and you said, David, it's crooked, it's all over the place.
Jesus, I don't remember that.
And then the funny thing about it, we spent the night where there would probably be you, me and your husband, and we saw nobody else.
Oh, we went to the pub, that's right, to put my makeup on. Yeah.
You didn't need it because we didn't meet anybody.
I'm sure if I had met somebody, like I went into town the other day, I went in early, I said I'd fly in with the hoodie on. Damn me, I bumped into about 10 people.
It's the joys of being a man sometimes.
Yeah, I tell you.
Are you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Do we need to change?
Yeah.
I think I'm fine.
How's my hair? That's it.
Who cares? Do you have hair?
Yeah.
That's the most important thing.
Bonus.
But today, you're done today.
I'm done today, yeah.
That's fabulous. Looking mighty. She's looking really young. And you know what, dear lovely listener? It's her birthday. It's either will be her birthday, it is her birthday, or it was her birthday by the time this goes out.
Yeah, probably it was. But it is my birthday tomorrow.
Tomorrow, so that was yesterday, probably, by the time this goes out. So happy birthday.
Thank you.
Got you a present.
Did you?
Yeah.
I made you something, but I came without it.
Yes, I did.
Sorry.
What are we, 67 episodes
I
in?
know. And I was like, I'm going to make him these nice bars now, and I made them, and I forgot. I ran out of the house and forgot them.
I should give a prize to anybody who's been listening since day one who says, how often does Sarah say, I made you these, but I forgot to bring them?
Yeah,
Somebody said to me recently as well, do you still have clean shaven legs?
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Still using the old Mac?
It's actually gone further now.
You got me my favourite thing in the world.
I got your favourite thing in your world, which is a bottle of wine.
Thank you.
Have you had that wine?
Yeah, I like that one. 19 Crimes. It's a good one. And you know, if anyone listening, I'm sure if you drink red wine or white wine, I suppose I think they do white, you'll have come across this because it's got on the front of it like a criminal in black and white, but on the back there's a QR code, and if you scan it, it'll tell you the story about the criminal.
Oh,
and
I
it's
didn't know
called
that.
19 Crimes. Yeah, but there's a QR code. See. So if you scan that,
right,
it'll come up and tell you all about him and what he did wrong.
So
you can read your crime stories while you're drinking your wine. Go off
and then go off and
crazy.
do your own crime story. Also, because you see, you have everything.
Tempting to do crime stories, yeah.
You have everything.
What do you mean?
But what do you buy you?
I know, yeah.
If I bought you a kitchen utensil, you'd be like, you're only a bollocks. Why are you buying me kitchen stuff?
Yeah, in fairness, I'm fairly hard to buy for, because if I want to buy something, I just buy it, and I'm not really into like stuff. You know, I'm hard to buy for.
Yeah, thank you for admitting.
I love like flowers and candles and things like that.
Yeah.
Like Dermot will buy me a saucepan and kitchen things, and I'm delighted with that.
Yeah.
And when I tell people, they're like, what? But I love that kind of stuff, gadgets and things.
So I got you a card.
Oh, thank you.
But in the card,
You have lovely handwriting.
I have a disastrous handwriting.
No, you have nice.
My H's and my D's are all gone. It's age.
You would not read my handwriting because it's I'm never right. I'm on my phone. Okay, so the card says wine, the perfect drink for a birthday hangover. Oh, and loads of scratch cards.
There you
Happy
go.
Birthday.
What do you buy somebody who has everything? You buy them scratch cards.
Scratch cards.
There's
Thank
also
you.
a lotto ticket in there.
So what happens if I win? Do I have to split it with you?
With the lotto one, yes. And that's official now. It's on this recording.
So he got me loads of scratch cards. 5 all cash. You can't beat the all cash.
No. And you know what? You could spend. You could go for the €5 all cash. You won't win. Go for the €2 or €1 all cash.
Yeah.
You have a chance of winning.
Well, thank you so much. I never do the lotto, so that's great.
Yeah. But we're bound to win it because we've done it.
Back in the day, I worked in a newsagent when I was about 15, 16. And back then, I don't think you can do it anymore, but you could tell the winning tickets. They told me, there's like a little black mark somewhere, very small, that you wouldn't notice on them. So I'd like occasionally go, I think I'd be looking to see when that card came up next, because you know the way you pull them out of the jeans. I think I'll buy a scratch card. Oh, I won £5.
There was a tell on the
And it worked.
cards.
Yeah. It was like one of these black marks, or you see the way that little
Yeah.
corner L, it didn't have one line. But I've looked since, and they all
They've
seem to be
changed
the
it.
same.
Somebody has copped on to
Somebody's
that.
copped on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I remember that was really funny. I was like, I think I'll buy a scratch card when I found €1. Oh, I won. They were
My
like,
sister was in the old days of the post office when the lotto tickets come out first.
Thank you for that.
There was the lotto tickets everywhere because people were scratching like
Remember
crazy.
the post office?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there
They'd
was
be left up on the windowsill.
Yeah, and they'd have scratched and scratched, nothing on them. So my sister at the time was coming through, and she was young, and she started picking up the lotto tickets, just going, looking through them while waiting in the queue.
She found one.
She found one, yeah, with £1,000 on it.
Stop.
£1,000.
Oh my God.
Which back then was huge.
€1 million.
Yeah, it was like squillions of euros.
Oh my
And
God,
next
what
thing
did
she
you
went.
do?
So we were like, what would you do?
I wouldn't tell anyone. Like, go cash it.
Exactly. I would say, shut your hole
yeah.
and just keep going and buy
Yeah,
your
yeah.
stamp.
Yeah.
She went, I just found a ticket.
Oh no.
And this old woman went, that's my ticket.
Stop it.
Yep. So she had to hand over the ticket.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and then I said, did the woman give you anything? I think the woman gave them a tenner
Oh my God.
out of her £1,000 that she didn't know she had.
Oh, she got cute quick after that, I'd say.
I tell you, you mention money to her these days, you get nothing. Nothing. No, what was the cost of that? Not for you to know. Nothing. So you learn a very valuable lesson there. But yeah,
Yes.
happy scratching. The one thing about the scratch
Thank you
cards,
very much.
and they are a birthday thing, and you're in that, mid-birthday thing. So
What's
you're
that supposed to
you're at one of those ages.
I am only 41. Old man. You will always be older than
I'm
me.
still in my 40s.
Just hanging on in there. I'm still here.
For 2 more weeks, I'm still in my 40s. But, so you buy lotto tickets. And I know because I get lotto tickets for my birthday. And then you're sitting at the kitchen table and there's a mess of scratchy things
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
And you're like, I think I've €1 on that one. I got a free one on that one.
Or the kids see them and they just take them off you to scratch.
Bits of scratchy
Yeah.
on there.
Well, thank you.
You're very welcome. And happy birthday, happy birthday. The wine is probably the thing that'll be the nicest out of all of that. The most successful. Let's talk about, what do we want to talk about? Do you want to talk about, will we talk about sex? Oh no, that's a different podcast.
No,
It's a new podcast I'm
that's
doing.
the other one.
A
That's
sex
the
one.
one. We have to get paid to talk to people. But speaking of sex and strange things
Yeah.
that people tend to get caught up in,
Okay, I like
I'll
this.
tell you a funny story.
Ooh, oh lads, brace yourselves. Brace yourselves.
Well, I have to laugh because if you were to think about it too much,
Okay.
you'd be like, oh my God, people are so weird. So I had an event to go to and I bought lovely new shoes. And as you know me, I am a boy.
Yeah,
I was born a boy in a woman's body.
she wears my shoes.
Yeah, I wear men's shoes. I wear your shoes. You
Yeah.
just have small feet, David.
No. I have normal feet.
So I got lovely shoes and I said, I'm going to get a dress and I'm going to wear tights and be like a girl. So I got lovely barely black tights. I mean, there's so many different tights. I was in Duns going, oh my God, like what are all these numbers? And barely black and then black. Oh, Jesus.
And what are they? Are they thickness? Are they?
The numbers are the thickness, yeah.
Right.
And then I thought barely black was like kind of black. but
Just
it's-
about black.
Yeah, but it's kind of brown.
Oh,
Yeah, so you want 15 dinner, I think it's called. Anyways, got me tights. And of course I had to buy like 4 packs because, you know me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have them on me 2 minutes.
well,
and I'd have a
there
hole
was
in
that, and you were robbing the shop on the way home. If there's one over the face,
them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
there's the fetish one.
There's
That's
the
another
fetish
one.
one. So I said, I have nice shoes now and I'm nice light. I'll do a little video from above my knee, just at my knee, putting my foot with the tights on into my lovely new shoes. They were black patent shoes.
I think I know where this is going.
So I had lovely music with this.
Oh, tell this slowly now. Tell this slowly.
So I slid ever so gently.
Did you?
Dirty fucker. Give me something to throw at you. A banana.
Shh. Tell it slowly and use that romantic squeaky voice here.
Shut up. So anyways, this was like a month ago. So I did the lovely reel and everyone was like, oh, your shoes are lovely, whatever. And then about a month later, I started getting weird messages from legitimate male accounts. Like they weren't bots or anything. You've got lovely feet. Do you sell your tights? Ooh. I was like, what is this? I never connected the dots. So then I noticed, like, if somebody mentions you in their story, and 99.9% it's like Sarah Butler has been mentioned because somebody made her bread, or Sharon made her chicken pie, or Claire made her meringue. But I had been mentioned on, what's it called? Nylon Ladies.
Ooh.
Where they had shared, somebody had managed to come across, they obviously searched feet and found my little reel. and shared
And
it
your
to
little
Nylon
feet.
Ladies.
To
A page.
Yes.
And I went into Nylon Ladies. The saving grace is that my face wasn't in it because there was a lot of people in nylon and not a lot else.
Oh.
Yeah.
And are they showing above the knee?
Oh yeah, they're showing everything. Like, and these are just pictures that are
Or
taken.
fangitas?
No, not
Oh, no,
that.
okay.
But like, not a lot. Bras and knickers and tights. Anything with feet. Weird pictures. Good pictures like old women in tights, young women in tights. Just anyone on the internet. It's not like a page where somebody runs it. They just go off and find tight pictures and post them on this.
And do you have to pay to be a member
No,
of
no,
it?
no, it's just a page for people. But I have since, the reel is like over 200,000 views now and loads of likes. And I probably maybe 3 or 4 times a week get a message from a man asking me something weird about my feet. So yeah,
Well, you know, in
if all else fails, it's good to know I could sell my tights.
for years, you know, we've had this conversation for years, long before you ever took up a camera and looked at anything. You used to say, "No, I'll do anything. Whatever that's out there, I'll do it." I'm like, nobody wants to see I should do a wrinkled testicle. See, does anybody? See, put it on.
It just shows you, like, because I don't
Yeah.
have, I've got big, wide men feet,
Yep, she does.
finger toes, and
There's a woman who sold her bath water.
yeah, you were telling me this.
Unbelievable,
Madness.
right? Unbelievable, and it drove followers crazy. Because she thought to herself, I was listening to the Louis Theroux podcast, and she thought to herself, could I sell my spit? And she thought, I can't make enough spit. And she said, believe me, I tried. Could I sell my hair? Doesn't grow fast enough
Yeah.
for the demand. So she was like,
water.
how can they? She said, in Japan, you can buy used undergarments
Yes, it's
in
a
a
big thing in
a machine.
Japanese, the vending machines.
Vending machine. You can walk along and buy a pair of used undergarments in a vending machine. Think about that, lads. Think about that. So she
Yeah,
started.
it's strange. So
Start-
she's selling her bath
yeah.
water.
And then they were saying, what kind of followers do you have? Oh, they're very normal.
Yeah.
Very normal.
Like, you just don't know when you're walking down the street.
Yeah.
Is he into feet? Weird feet. So yeah, that's about as bizarre as it's gotten online for me lately.
12 minutes in, we'll talk about food.
I know, seriously. Now we have to talk about food. Everyone's just been put off. There's no appetites out there anymore.
Just to finish on that particular story, this particular person was asked, she's on OnlyFans, how much money does she make on OnlyFans? And she was saying, well, I don't really want it. And he said, would you make $1 million a month? And she said, yeah.
Oh my God.
$1 million a month for, I don't know, I don't have an
Well, I
OnlyFans.
think
Maybe I might start
OnlyFans,
one.
like, you don't physically meet anyone. So like if Johnny says, I want you to dress up in a kinky cat outfit and meow and I'll pay you whatever, I'd do it.
Whatever you do behind closed doors is up to you. But she was saying, no, on the scary side of it, she was saying people started turning up outside her house.
Yeah, that's the freaky part. Yeah,
And that
you'd have to have an alter ego. You'd nearly have to have a mask.
Yeah.
You know, have a mask so that nobody knows. I've
Well,
thought about it. I know, I'm really messing.
She was saying that she wouldn't do mainstream radio or
No.
TV because she didn't want to be known for that.
Okay.
She wanted to be known for one thing only,
right.
and that she can go into Tesco's and nobody would know her because she puts on a persona.
Yeah, well, she does because she's got like pink hair and
Oh, I
loads
don't
of
know.
makeup.
Oh.
Yeah, she
I've
does. So
listened to-
she's quite like a cartoon character. So in her normal state,
Yes.
you wouldn't know it was her.
A bit like myself.
There you go.
Let's
Well,
talk-
if all else fails, I can sell me tights, so that's okay.
What I sell? I've nothing to
What do
sell.
you sell?
Nothing left. Will we talk about food?
Mm-hmm.
I noticed today on our list of food. Firstly, by the way, you were supposed to ask followers for questions. You didn't. That's on you.
Well, I didn't because I only texted you about the podcast. Was it this morning?
No. You give me 2
yes.
days' notice.
Oh, did I? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I'm very busy, David. You do realise, like, I have a lot to be doing.
So today we're looking at lots of nice things. I see cake,
Yeah.
bar, and Thai red curry. Can we start with the red curry? Now, can we start by saying, for me, Thai curries,
Why?
don't like lemongrass.
Oh,
Don't
no,
like that.
pain in the hole.
I-
You don't like coriander.
I don't like coriander either, no, and it is very coriandery, lemony, grassy Thais, and they're very. They wouldn't be very creamy. Am I right in saying they're more kind of liquid in them than anything else?
I suppose it depends on what way you do it.
Convince me.
Okay, so what I do with the Thai red curry, and this is optional, but it does give a lovely flavour. I poach the chicken in chicken stock with lime leaves. These are a new discovery. So if you're making curries, lime leaves, they're like bay leaves, but they're for curries and stuff.
Are they the leaf off the lime?
I don't know.
Either.
Actually, that's a really good
I
question.
Google it. Well, you tell
Google
us.
it.
Yeah.
I won't pretend I know.
No.
But
We
you
learned
imagine
it.
so.
We
So
learned
anyways, they're
together.
dried leaves and you pop them in with your poached chicken breasts and star anise. I don't know if I'm saying that. Is it star anise? Star anise.
Star anise, I would say.
Is it? Yeah.
Star anise.
It's a bit like my turmeric.
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 Turmeric, yeah.
So that gives that lovely flavour and some peppercorns and chilli in there. And then you shred your chicken and you make your lovely red Thai curry with red curry paste.
Okay.
Loads of garlic. Excuse me.
Yeah, they do like garlic in the Thai
Loads of
food. Yeah.
garlic. Coconut, milk or cream. I prefer cream. And a little tip. You know when you buy the tin of coconut milk and you've got like the waxy bit and then all the liquid and it just looks disgusting when you
Yeah.
put it into your thing and you're like, this is never going to come back
Yeah,
and
it's
it
not gonna be
separates.
right, yeah.
Pour it into a jug and blitz it. And it breaks, or it doesn't break, it breaks it up, I suppose, but it makes it lovely and creamy.
Okay.
So do that, or use the coconut cream, a little bit of smashed puree, and then again the lime leaves, the star anise, basil to garnish, and lemongrass.
Yes, my
And
friend.
pop that on a low heat.
So with the lemongrass now, is that the one? Is the lemongrass the one that you hit it, and it's kind of stringy to get the flavour to come out of it, or do you cut it up small? How do you do your
The
lemongrass?
lemongrass, it's like a stalk.
Yeah, it's like a stalk. Do you
Yeah.
hit the stalk?
Well, yeah, there's a couple of different ways. You can put that in like a bay leaf. You can just smash it and,
Okay.
and
Yeah, that's-
puncture it.
yeah.
Put it in with the soup and it'll give a flavour. Or you can cut the outer leaves off. They're quite woody.
Okay.
And the inner ones are lovely and soft.
Oh.
So that's what you want to use. So then
Okay.
you just chop that up and add it in.
There's a video here, by the way, about the lime leaves, and it's 8 minutes long. Why do people these days not just give us... There's a guy on TikTok, and he's brilliant, because a woman will say, "Oh, I'm going to Charles de Gaulle Airport, and I wonder will I get through custom?" And he goes, "She doesn't get through." And it comes up, saved you 8.5 minutes.
On that topic of our lack of patience.
Yes.
I heard on the radio yesterday. Did you hear this?
Go on.
The goldfish now has a longer attention span than the human.
Then we do.
Yes, the goldfish has an attention span of 10 seconds, whereas we don't.
Yeah.
And our attention span is decreased by 50%.
Yeah.
Like, it's not good.
It is, but we know why. It's because...
It's just, there's so much in the phone.
so demanding. Everything is so demanding of all of our attention at all times, and
Yeah.
it's just impossible just to say, okay,
I'm going to
I'm
sit here
gonna
and
sit
do
here.
one thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I go walking, or I
Yeah.
stand in a bush for a while, or I do whatever has to be
Go
done.
back there, you stand and watch.
I go up and stand in the middle of the trees, and I just go. I just need 10 minutes
Earth yourself.
just here, just to ground myself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
And
very important.
Yeah, just ground myself. Or sometimes I might stop in a vacant church for 10 minutes. I'm not praying for anything. I just want to sit there for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I like going to mass, or not mass, but church when there's nobody in it.
When there's
and
nobody
lighting
in it.
some candles and
I
just
just-
sit for a minute. It's so quiet in a
just
church
stop.
like that.
And I don't tell anybody that I do that. So that's the first time I
Just
said
told
that.
everybody that you do that.
Yeah, we're okay. It's a secret. We won't tell them about
Don't
your
tell
feet.
anyone.
And we won't tell them.
Yeah, let's not talk about the feet thing,
Anyway.
and let's talk about the church thing.
I find, and so when you're a parent of children and knowing what, like for us, it's all the time.
Yeah.
So for them, it's triple the time.
Man, it's such a crap time to be a kid, like, isn't it?
Yeah, do you know what I had to do today? I had to buy a watch for my young fella. He's not that young, he's 14. And I had to buy a watch because they're not allowed to
As
use
old as myself.
they're not allowed to use their phones in school anymore.
Yeah.
So he was saying, I can't tell the time. So you're in the
my
classroom and
God.
you're going, I don't know if there's 10 minutes left, 20 minutes left. So I said, get a watch. So we got an old fashioned Casio digital watch.
Yeah.
Could I set the time on it?
Oh, man.
Could I shite?
Yeah, I
I
remember
couldn't
you'd
do
have to get a little pin.
Yeah, and then beep beep, and it was going beep beep at the time. And I said,
Oh, man.
"You're on your own with that one, my friend." Do you know what? You know the way things change in your life, and there's markers down, and you suddenly you discover that your children are no longer children.
Yeah.
That there's been a move,
Yeah.
right? So it happens in adolescent life. So about 3 weeks ago, I took the young fella on in chess. Now I've always,
Right.
he's never got the better of me.
What? Battered him? The way you just went
No,
that?
beat
Love
him badly in
Bet him.
chess.
Okay, all right.
About 3 weeks ago, he bet me.
Did he?
Yes, yeah. But so he grown in confidence a bit after beating me. Now and bet me
Right,
fair and
that's
square.
good.
Like kind of edging up to me, the old shoulder as he walks by me.
Ah,
like. Yeah.
that's so cute.
So then I said, right, I'll focus. I'll turn everything off. I get a cup of coffee. I'll sit down and take him on again. Sarah, he started telling me about the moves I was making and why they were so wrong.
Oh, no.
And why I was going to end up making a shit of everything. And he was saying, I'm going to use the anesthesia mix, whatever. Hammered me.
and you were just left.
He had
going.
2 queens on the.
Means nothing to. Can you imagine me playing chess? I would have just the whole lot in the bin.
But it's all changed now.
Yeah.
So now he's eyeing me differently in the house.
Yeah.
I'm no longer.
Good.
I'm no
That's
longer
good.
the.
That's what you want. He's coming up to your level, and it's awful because you have to sit there and go, "Well done, you're really good." It's like me. I'm like, I can do that high jump. I can jump that high, and I do. I'm like, oh no, I'm old.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
How did
anyway,
we get onto that?
I don't know. We were on red Thai red curry.
We're shocking for going off down. the rabbit hole.
Shocking.
So yeah, that's the Thai red curry. That's on my page, and it's very delicious. So you shred the lovely poached chicken and pop that in there, and slow cook it, and it goes lovely deep red colour. And you serve that with sweet basil leaves, which aren't easy to get. So just use regular basil leaves.
Oh, sweet basil leaves.
Yes.
Okay. You won't be picking up them in your local centre. We might. Well, these days, you get anything anywhere these days,
There
I
you
find.
go. So yeah, that was the one that was a very tasty one.
What are you serving with that? Basmati rice, pilau
basmati
rice?
Yeah, actually, I saw a guy yesterday making rice in the oven. I'm going to try that. So you put the rice into a ceramic dish, poured in some water with some whatever you want to put in. You can put in the star anise or whatever, bay leaf, whatever, lime leaf. Now our new discovery, there's lime leaf in everything. Cover it in tin foil, put it in the oven, and it evenly cooks it. So I'm going to give that one a go because rice definitely, it's a thing with people and they find it hard to
get rice right.
because it can be stodgy and stuff. I find rinsing it and soaking it.
Okay, I'm just going to go straight
Anyways.
into this. I go with boiling the bag because
you?
it's 9 minutes
beat it.
and you wash it at the end. It
Yeah.
comes out every time.
Perfect.
It's what you put it into water.
think
9
it's-
minutes later, you wash it. Do you know what they've got good at as well? And I'm not hands up. I've done this too.
This is very
The
exciting
microwave
today.
rice. And I'll tell you what they've done with that because when we were making fajitas, and to bulk the fajita up so that it's a meal,
Yes, you put
we
the
would
rice
include
in.
rice in as well. So
there
I'll
you
get
go.
maybe one of the well-known the Uncle Ben ones, the Mexican fried rice or
Oh,
something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
2 minutes, and then put it in with the chicken and the fajita mix.
All right,
and
that's a really
builds
good
it
idea.
up. So you have a meal. Yeah.
Well done.
Thanks very much.
No. Give
you
him a well done, David.
Will you show me your feet?
Will you give me 100 quid? I will. Give me your shoes and I'll show you my feet.
From there, we're going on from Thai red curry, which I'd have to taste.
Barry, you're a pin in the hole.
I am to.
Leave out the coriander. I don't like lemongrass.
To nice things that I would eat.
Yes.
Granola bars.
So the granola, I went off and got these silicone molds, right? So they're like
A mole or a mold?
mold, silicone mold. What the frig would I be doing with that? So I was able to make my own bars. So they're like a Mars bar size.
Oh.
So I was like, oh my god, I have to make everything now in these. Then I got little oval ones, so they're like little sweets. So I was testing and using oats and different fruits and coconut oil and butter. So now I've learned how to make a gorgeous granola with very little sugar, if any. Well, I suppose it's a bit in the maple syrup. And I was making these bars, and that's what I had made to bring you. But I forgot. And
Okay, so talk me through them. So if I'm to make these at home, do I need a
No,
mold?
no, you don't. You don't need a mold. You just need a tin.
Okay.
Because you can just the silicone mold. What happens is it gives a lovely smooth finish. 'Cause
Right.
when you melt the chocolate and put it in, turn it upside down and swirl it around so that it coats the entire mold. Put that in the fridge. Let that set. Make your granola, and to do that, you put your oats, porridge oats.
Okay.
Chop up some nuts, coconut oil, and maple syrup. Mix it all up into the oven until it goes golden. Set a timer. Because this is what happened to me last night. I've burnt more stuff in the past week. I don't know what's going on with me. Look at this. Completely forgot about it. And that's it outside the front door.
Oh,
Sitting down watching, what was I watching? The Devil Wears Prada, and went, oh shit, 20 minutes later.
it's very burnt
So
though, by the way.
set a timer because it really doesn't take long, like 5
Would
minutes.
the birds eat burnt granola?
No, I
No.
in the bin. And then you add in whatever fruits you want. So raisins, sultanas, but I add dried cranberries. Chop them up
Yeah,
nice and
nice.
small. White chocolate chips. Desiccated coconut. A little bit more,
God.
little bit more maple syrup. And peanut butter.
Oh,
Couple of tablespoons of peanut butter. So you mix that all up and you pack that in then on top of the pre-chilled chocolate. Leave it overnight and then you pop them out.
wow.
You've got these gorgeous little chocolate covered
delicious.
granola bars.
And it's got everything in there that'll keep you going.
So tasty.
Oh,
So I'll get them to you tomorrow.
you in your hole.
They're really good.
Tomorrow's Mother's Day. You're going to be treated all day. You'll be like, I forgot everything now. Or yesterday was Mother's Day.
Tomorrow's Mother's Day. I'm going to be doing what I normally bloody do. With International Women's Day, I was below hoovering and then cleaning blinds and then up doing a Zoom and then cooking dinner.
But
going,
I think we
we
voted for that. Didn't we vote for that? That's what you're supposed to do. Isn't that what was in the vote?
Oh yeah, the vote.
Oh, don't rise, don't mention the war. From the granola bar, can we go to fairy cakes? But not just any fairy cake, ladies and gentlemen.
Good.
What do Biscoff, is it?
Biscoff. Do you like Biscoff?
Biscoff. Is that the red and white?
Yeah.
Yes, I do like Biscoff.
It's really good. So these are fairy cakes with some Biscoff in there. And what you do is you make them, that's grand, but let's go another level. Get yourself an apple corer or like a knife. But of course, I have an apple corer.
So do I.
Have you?
It's brilliant.
I bet you've never used it for an apple.
I have. I think I got it off your recommendation, but nobody else uses it, only me.
Really?
Because when I'm cutting an apple into segments, it does it perfectly.
Yeah, but you've the one that presses down and cuts it. This is like a...
No, it's just one.
Oh, yeah.
It just takes the core. It's an apple
yeah.
corer.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So core the centre of the fairy cake out.
Oh.
Hold on to the little bit that you took out. Melt some Biscoff and pop it into that little hole that you've made, and then put your stuffing back in.
Okay.
And then make up your buttercream with some Biscoff in it and drizzle some melted Biscoff over your buttercream that you've piped on with like broken up marshmallows, or not marshmallows, always say marshmallows instead of Maltesers. Always. God. Break up some Maltesers and crumble them on top and then drizzle some melted Biscoff. Oh my God, they're so good. But like ridiculously calorific.
This is our Lent show.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, we're on the run-up to Easter, so these are all
Did
good.
you go off anything for Lent?
Did I?
No, I didn't either.
I'm not one of those. I didn't do the New Year thing. I don't do the Lent thing.
My New Year thing was to learn how to power nap. And that's going well.
Oh.
Power nap. 10-minute cat nap. I'm ready to go again.
I need more, though.
Yeah, it's very important that you don't go too much or you're...
I do. On a Friday evening, I go for it, and it's an hour. And if it's any longer than an hour, I feel sick when I get up.
Yeah.
I feel really sick. But it gives me enough energy to keep going. I mean, look, we'll talk about the sleeping thing. The sleeping thing has been a bit of a disaster for me over the last while. You remember the thing I was doing?
Oh, you were taking your clothes off?
Yeah. That got way worse.
Oh my God. What? How can it get way worse than that?
Well, I was in work one morning, and I was going, where's my wedding ring?
Oh, shit.
I've never been without my wedding ring. I don't remember taking my wedding ring off. I've no recollection of it, so I was like, okay, this is a worry. Where are you, Saint Anthony? Where are you?
It's the only one that works.
So he came home and I said, does anybody see my wedding ring? And nope. I said, I'll just check the bed.
It was in the bed.
It was right on the... I mean, I must have flung it. So I took everything off.
Oh my God, Dave, you need to go and talk to somebody like that.
And then the wedding ring came off. So there was nothing else to come off, Sarah. Unless I started taking off eyelashes. There was nothing.
Imagine if you woke up and you'd like shaved your beard off or done something like shaved an eyebrow off.
It could well happen. It's just so bad.
You're gonna have to be put into
so
a
like if there's anybody in the house now, if somebody staying over or whatever, you have to make sure my door is closed.
Yes.
So I wandered around with no wedding ring and completely in the nude.
Like, I mean, whatever about a naked man with a wedding ring, you go, well, he's all right. But he doesn't have a wedding ring on.
His lovely feet as well. But you pay for those feet. But yeah, wedding ring was gone. So
between you and me now, David, I tell you, we could make a lot of money.
I found the wedding ring at the bottom, and I said that's a worry, because that is everything. Everything is so yeah. But then I heard only today. Don't yawn. She's about to yawn.
I'm sitting down far too long.
Today, I heard this today for people who are up and it's not toilet. It's because it's not for me. It's not toilet. It's just awake. It's awake during the night. Awake loads of times. Awake before my alarm, and it's not.
It is a sign of old age.
Well, how come the person who shares the bed with me, who's older, sleeps perfectly?
She's a woman, and we're brilliant.
It's what it is. If somebody said today was use magnesium butter.
Butter?
Magnesium butter and put it on the soles of your feet.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
And they said,
you could get magnesium butter.
And it's vegan. So I've heard a lot, I've read up everything about it. And the person who used it, he was the comedian, Ramesh Ranganathan. He said 8 hours sleep, because he thought this is a joke. 8 hours sleep the first night.
Where'd you get it? Magnesium butter?
Magnesium butter. And he said, his co-host said to him, and did you not even get up for the toilet? And he said, I didn't even get up to see if my wife had changed the clothes if I had gone to the toilet.
Wow,
He
that's good
said
to know.
magnesium butter, yeah.
Because like people really struggle with their sleep.
Yeah. So I had heard magnesium before for the restlessness, but magnesium butter on the. I must go home.
Well,
and
what
talk
you
to the
need to start
reflexologist.
taking also when you're in the healthcare shop is get yourself some lion's mane.
Lion's mane.
Lion's mane. I think it's a type of a mushroom supplement. It's very good for your brain and helps prevent Alzheimer's as you become an old man.
Jesus. Do you know the one thing I have noticed is because my eyesight's always been perfect.
Oh, fucking hell is this? Are we just going to talk about what's wrong with you and your ailments and on your this and that?
Okay, we'll move on.
Move on.
Date and walnut cake.
Yes. Do you like cake, David?
I do, but I might be. I'm not sure from diaper.
Will it make me constipated now because I'm suffering a bit with
No problem there,
constipation?
love. No problem there. Date and walnut
bullshit.
cake.
Date and walnut cake. So it's kind of like a fruit cake, but it's not as sweet as a fruit cake. So it's a mix between a fruit cake and a brown bread. And you do it in a loaf tin. And the dates, the one thing with the dates, what I always find with them, sticky toffee pudding has dates in them, but they can be a bit like textury.
Right.
So what you have to do with dates is you have to pop them in some hot water with some bicarbonate of soda or bread soda. I don't know what it does. It does something to them. Must maybe break them down a little bit because they can be quite tough. And normally you just roughly chop them and throw them into whether it be your sticky toffee pudding or your cakes. But what I do with them is I blitz them. I blend it so it makes this kind of paste, I suppose. And then I put it into my batter so you don't have the bitty bits in your mouth. And then you add in your walnuts.
Nothing worse than the bitty bits in your mouth.
Nothing worse than the bits in your mouth. You just
Does you when
yank it
you're
out.
on News Talk every Monday? Does when you're sitting across from the girl, and you say something like that, does she go, "Nothing worse than the bitty"?
Really have to be like, Sarah, don't curse.
Do you make the same faces at her that you make at me?
The thing on News Talk is you're actually been recorded because it's a podcast.
Yeah.
So you're like, maybe a question or two will come in and I'm like making a face at her going, I don't know the answer. And they're like, shut up. Yes, I know the answer. Because there's a camera on you as well.
There hasn't been a person asked us, because on most podcasts these days, they do film it while the podcast is on. And I did get a question, were we ever going to film our
We
podcast?
should actually.
I don't even know how that happens.
Yeah, you'd have to have
Oh, well,
two
I'm talking to you.
cameras.
Let's do it definitely, because you'll definitely do it. I mean,
We could do it right now. Give me your phone.
The last time...
Split screen. Let's go live.
The last time we did, you said, "Oh, that's a great idea. We'll ask my followers every time we're doing a podcast." So I forgot. So yeah, let's definitely video this live.
I'll definitely do that next time. I'll ask my followers so that we don't have to listen to you talking about what's wrong with you
No, that's
and
true.
all your ailments.
But I'm talking about the big batch on News Talk because the last time we did a podcast, you were only beginning. That was only you were starting off.
I started it?
Yeah, you had started. Yeah, I think you had done the first maybe.
Yeah.
Of it. So have you got that format worked now?
Yeah.
You know what to do.
It's good.
You know
I'm
how it works.
relaxed. You're like, "Ugh." It's always that they're counting you in and you're like, oh God, but I'm better now. I'm more relaxed. And I suppose I'm kind of getting to know Andrea as well. So you're not talking to a stranger,
Yeah.
really. And she's great. Like, she's
Yeah.
very down to earth, chatting away. So yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I always say that for the good quality of a presenter is they're there and they're on your side.
Yeah.
So their job is to pick up whatever is happening. It's when you feel safe with the person who's presenting that you feel like that they're always on your side.
Yeah.
And that's when you really feel comfortable and you're really honest when
Yeah, well, that's it. And it's just natural, I suppose. You kind of forget then that you're actually on a national radio.
Yeah.
People are listening to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. I'm enjoying it. And it really sets me up for the week because it's Monday morning. We drop the kids to school and then I go and I'm back home again. Drop the kids at 8:30 and I'm home again by 4:30, 5.
Yeah.
But I have to have laundry up to date, food shop done, all my shit organised. Whereas normally I'd be like, I'll do my food shop on Monday and then I'll get into it on Tuesday, and I'm a bit of a slobber like that. So it's made me be really organised, which is brilliant. So I'm set up for the week.
Of course, we've got more exciting news to share because later this week, is it this week?
Thursday, the 14th of March.
Yeah, you're going to be moving to a new telly challenge. A telly challenge.
Yeah.
This time taking you to beautiful Cork.
Yep.
To the RT studios there. You're going to be cooking on the afternoon show. What's it called? The Today Show.
Yeah. The
Dahi
Today
and
Show.
Maura.
Maura and Dahi.
Do you know that Dahi's younger than me?
Is he?
You think that when you see Dahi on Thursday. Dahi is about 3 years younger than me.
All right.
And then you come back and you say, David, you're doing all right. You're doing all right.
Doing great. Well
Anyway,
done.
tell me more about that. What's
Yeah, so they basically contacted me and said, will you come down and do a screen test? So that's where you go down and you cook, like pretend you're cooking live, but you're cooking with a producer basically, and she's pretending to be Dahi. And then you go off. I'm sure I had like everything with me because you don't know going down. Do they have utensils? Like, do they have plates? So I'm coming with my fish crate, like full of everything. And my here's what I made earlier.
Yeah.
You have to have that. It was a chicken curry, and it was a bad decision because the car just stank chicken curry the whole way down.
Oh, can you imagine if it stinks when you bring it from the curry house to your house,
Yeah.
all the way to
I have
Cork.
a freezer that I plug into my car, but you can still smell it. It was actually on the way home because I just wanted to get out of there, so I didn't like really clean stuff right, and there was curry in the pans and the whole.
So how long do you have?
I have an amazing amount of time, which is 8 minutes, which is like loads of time.
Okay.
Because previously when I cooked on live TV, I only had maybe 4 or 5 minutes.
Right.
Which was very, very tight, and a dodgy hob as well. So this is gas, which is great because you can control it. So yeah, I'm heading down. They asked me back, and I'm heading down on Thursday. So
Do you know what you're going to cook for people, or will it be a
Yes.
surprise?
Well, I had to give a couple of different options. I think I'll keep it as a surprise for Thursday, but it's a really good one.
Right.
Yeah.
So how do you do it all in 8 minutes?
So basically what
Do you
you
have stuff
do is...
pre-prepared, or?
Yeah. So I'm in studio for 1:30 and I won't be live until maybe 5, between 20 to 5 and 5. So I'll have 2 with me.
Yeah.
One that I'll make live and one that I'll make before I go live.
Okay.
So I'll make it up, pop it in the oven, have my spuds ready, have my veg on, timed so that when it's time to serve up, you go, this is what you do, pop it in the oven, and this is what it looks like 40 minutes later,
Okay.
and then you plate it up.
Will you be using one of your recipes from your books?
I will be using a recipe from my first cookbook. I'll tell you
Ah.
something even cooler than all of this.
Yeah.
I got a message from a girl yesterday. It was World Book Day.
Yes.
And her daughter went dressed as me. I thought that was just the coolest thing ever.
going to say something really horrible
Oh, no.
And then thankfully I didn't, because I remembered it was a little girl who went dressed. And did people all go, oh, look, that's Sarah Butler?
Well, she had an apron on and she
Okay.
had my book. Like, obviously, she didn't have a blonde wig on, but she had my book and her apron on her.
Oh,
and she won best little dressed up person. Yeah.
Do we know where this is?
Westford.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, so that was
Very
so
exciting.
cool. And then somebody else messaged to say that a kid in her kids' class dressed up as me as well. So that's bananas.
Oh, Halloween's going
Yeah.
to be so exciting this year. I'm going as a scary Sarah Butler.
Scary Sarah Butler.
I'll be Dahi, you could be scary Sarah.
the real Sarah Butler. Well, if you saw me during the week, I had to go today and buy a steamer, a deep one, because the one I have isn't deep enough, and I'm a featherhead. And somebody rang me and someone else rang me, and the next thing I could smell, and it's just the most annoying smell in the world when you're steaming spuds and the arse burns in your pan.
Yeah.
And you get the smell and you go, oh shit, because you know your spuds are going to taste of that burnt. So I whipped off the top going, maybe if I get it on time, left that down. Sure, the pot underneath was black.
Yeah.
And then the next panic is get it out of the house because the house is
Smell.
smoke. So I fired it out the back and came in. The spuds tasted of burnt. I was like a lunatic. It really annoyed me. And then I went out and I was very happy to get the base thing that I burnt, stand at the back door, and with all my might, and I'm really crap at throwing things, fire it down the back.
Can you imagine if you lived in a
I
3-bedroom
lived
semi in an
somewhere
estate?
where people were like, I'd say my neighbours think I'm mental anyways. Because I'm like, we're in the country, nobody can hear me, but they can actually hear you
they can hear
more.
They can hear everything.
And they're probably up on fences listening.
They don't
because
need to
nothing
be.
really happens in the country. So there's Sarah firing with every might and every curse that could come out of my mouth. You fucking bastard. Fired it down the back. And I went out the next day looking for it and I don't know where it is.
Oh.
Because it went into the field with the long grass.
Oh.
So God knows that'll be found in 2 million
Actually,
years.
you know, I've on more than one occasion have called to your house, and at the back door there would be a burnt pot.
Always a burnt pot.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing too many things.
Well, I think, you know, when we share these stories with people, they see that it's not always perfect.
Oh God, no! I make all the
Sometimes it goes
mistakes.
wrong,
That's
yeah.
how I have all the answers because I've made all the mistakes.
So tell me about this double steamer. What's the story with this?
So I went into Mary Fahey. Oh my God, it's just the best shop.
It is,
She
yeah.
has everything.
Truly is,
Patrick
yeah.
Fahey's in Castlebar. I said, Mary, I need a right steamer with a deep base. So she said, come down the back. So she had a double one. She said, do you want a single or a double? I said, what's that? So you put your base one with the water.
Okay.
Then you put your spuds in.
Yeah.
And then there's another one with holes in it for your veg.
Yeah.
So you put that in towards the end.
We have one of
You've
these.
only one bottom pot
Yeah.
to clean.
Yeah, we have that one. We
So
have
I'm
that
very
exact pot.
excited.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to come make dinner. And get rid of all the crappy little ones that I've had. Because I don't really have any proper pots in because this is just... You're going to have to cut that out.
I'm going to have to cut that out. Or bleep it. I just marked down the time that you cursed for the 85th time, and we decided to bring that one out and leave all the other ones in.
I sent a voice message to a friend yesterday and I had to delete because I listened back and I went, oh my God, you curse so much in that. It's so funny. People I know, I'm like, they're like, you're such a sailor, man.
You're back to this voice notes, by the way. You know, I got a voice
That's
note.
because I'm always driving.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I was saying
them.
there. Goldfish.
Total
here.
disrespect for anybody sending voice notes.
I knew you would.
Either call them or text them.
Well, I could have texted and crashed.
Yeah, but don't text and drive. We were talking about your double steamer.
Oh yeah. So I never really got proper equipment because it kind of fell into this, and now
Yeah.
I'm just using what I had and picking up bits as I go. So I'm going to get rid of all the crappy little ones that I've had probably for 20 years.
Yeah. I've gone through a phase of breaking things myself. It's breaking things and smashing things. You know when you start a job and you think I shouldn't have started that job because that job I thought was going to take 15 minutes.
Oh, no.
I'm now on my 4th day and I've broken 2 bits of equipment and I've smashed something. I've destroyed a jacket. And if I had brought a professional in, this would have all have been paid for, and I wouldn't be feeling the way I'm feeling. So that has happened on 2 occasions in the last 2 weeks. You know, you get a clear run of the day. You go, oh, it's dry. I'll get out and do something in the garden.
Yeah.
Waste of time.
And then you start doing something and you
Start
can't
it.
finish. You have to finish it.
Yeah, on €100 on a clippers because I broke it and couldn't find a bit of it. Had to go back in and buy another one.
Oh my God.
Yeah, just don't start it or get somebody who knows
Get
what they're
someone-
doing.
But that's such a man thing to do.
It's not.
It is. It's like asking for directions, or you
We
know.
don't need to ask for directions. It's Google. Google will tell us now.
I know, but you won't even Google
No.
because you're like, no, I'll figure it out myself. A woman would just go, okay, let's look up who can do that job and pay him to do it because I then can do other stuff.
Life is simple when you break it down. That's probably true. Is there anything else we need to tell anybody?
I was in teaching kids in a secondary
Oh,
school,
yeah.
so yeah, that was pleasantly fun. But I knew the school and I knew the kind of that they were cool kids, so it's very scary and daunting going into a school.
How many kids?
There was about 35 in each class, and I
Okay.
had 2 classes, so I went in and I taught. I was at the top kind of thing. They were watching me how to make a dessert and a dinner, and they all got to taste a little bit. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Joe's doing nutrition in school and they're teaching how to cook.
wow.
And he said there was, I think they were all getting separate plates, and now it's all been lumped onto one plate.
And they're all.
And he's
fighting
going,
for
well, I'm not.
it.
Well,
He's not going to touch it.
His best description was there was an omelette done. He said it looked like Shrek's toenail.
Oh my God.
So he said, no, I just saw all the forks going in and wasn't a fan of all the forks going in.
Yeah.
I said, oh yeah, wonder where you got that from.
I get that. We're very wiggy like that in our house.
So what was the dessert that you made for the kids?
Chocolate Swiss roll.
Oh, I
really
loved
good.
it. And did they devour it?
They did, and I had little dishes that I got in Oliver Kelleher's, tiny little paper ones, little cups, and everything looked lovely. And I got little wooden forks.
And what about, what time, was it like a full class? Was it,
It
a
was
full
an
afternoon?
hour, an hour per class. So yeah.
Oh, nice, nice.
So yeah,
nice.
it was really enjoyable, and I got lots of schools asking me, "Do I do that kind of thing?" But I don't because I'm kind of scared. I'm scared.
Yeah, but then
of going
if
into a load
you
of
do it for one
students.
school, you have to do it every school, and then you have to do more school, and then you didn't do it for our school, and then why didn't you do it for my school?
Yeah.
And then you're just damned if you do and damned if you don't. Are you ready for what do you call this thing?
Quick fire round.
That's right.
Have you done the questions? Oh
I've done a
God,
couple
I
of
feel really
questions,
bad
yeah.
now. I didn't do any
Yeah.
homework.
So let me just say this: bought your present, bought your scratch cards, did everything I was
You are
supposed to do.
honoured to be in my presence. Do you realise?
Wish you happy birthday, happy Mother's Day, happy Women's Day, well, all that stuff. And even did a quick fire quiz. They're not great, and there's only a few of them in it, but anyway, they'll
They're
do.
normally good.
Would you too much salt or too much pepper? So the dinner comes out with too much salt or too much pepper. Which,
Too much salt.
Yeah, too much salt. You'd go with the too much salt one.
I could deal with that.
Yeah, too much pepper. Do you ever get we got a pepper grinder and it grinds them big.
Oh yeah.
So if you put it into soup or whatever, every now and then you could get a big catches
or if
you.
it gets caught in your tooth.
Yeah, right at the back of the throat, it can
Yeah.
catch you every now and then. Too much salt. Stuck in a lift for 2 hours. or stuck on a train with someone that you don't like?
Oh, stuck in a lift for 3 days on my own. I'd be quite happy as long as I have my phone and I'm work to do. I'd be grand.
Would you?
Yeah.
I'd be a bit claustrophobic now in a lift.
I'd be alright. If I knew they were coming to get me, if I been stuck on a train with somebody that you have to talk to. Oh,
Yeah.
God, that's my idea. Hell no. I'm worse I'm getting as I get older. I'm like, no. If I see someone and I'm just like, no.
No.
Not today.
Not doing it. No. There was a lift in work, and it was a lift that was put in, but it was very scary, and more than one person got stuck on it.
Stop.
Yeah, it was horrendous.
Did you see the ones? I'm not sure where in the world they are. I don't know. Is it China or somewhere? I'm not sure. But basically, it's a lift, but there's no door, and it keeps coming. It's like on a rotation, so they just keep coming down. So you're standing there, and the lift. It's a one-person lift,
Oh.
and it just comes down, and you step into it, but you have to step into it quickly because there's another one coming down.
Oh.
Yeah. And they were obviously really used to doing it because they were popping in and popping out. And there's 2 handles. You just grab the handles and jump in. I can't handle heights. We were coming up St. Stephen's Green, and at the very top, you get to the car parks. So
Yes.
you're at the very top. I like.
Freaked out.
I had to nearly go down on my knees.
Yeah. I've seen
And
you
it's
do that.
awful what happens. You're like, I'm going to fall.
Yeah. I've seen you do that because we did that. We were in Boyle in Lockheed Forest Park, and we went to the top of the tower, and we turned around and you were lying on the ground.
Completely.
Like all the kids were looking over the side, and you were like,
that's
"Can we get
it.
down from
Oh,
here?"
we're up in a mountain or up in a castle. Isabel got a
Was it-
nosebleed.
they were-
She got a nosebleed. That's how high up we
Who?
were. Your daughter.
No, she lost a tooth.
Oh, yeah,
There was blood. She lost a tooth, and I turned around, and you were on the ground.
I'm awful bad with heights.
But and I wouldn't be great now on a ladder with heights. But then when you're in an airplane, that's okay. You don't kind of equate it.
Yeah, well, like if you fall out of this airplane, you're afraid.
It's all over. Bad breath or bad BO?
Oh, God.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Probably bad BO. There is nothing
Yeah.
worse than bad. That just makes you want to punch someone in the face. Because they have to talk to you and you're like, try not to breathe when they're talking.
Bad BO though. There's no reason
No, I'd
for it.
take bad BO over bad breath. Bad breath is just gross.
Yeah, you know when you open they sour milk if they opened it.
It actually puts me in bad form.
Instant
Because you can't
bad
say
form.
instant bad form because you can't say to them like, your breath is disgusting, don't talk to me, go away.
Would
you
you
have to talk to
Would you say it to somebody that you knew well?
I don't think I'd say it to anyone. I think it'd be so mean. Like if they don't know they have bad breath, like you know yourself when you have a bad breath
Yeah.
or you have a tooth that might have a hole in it. You know yourself. You're like, oh, there's something going on there. Or it's a lot of the time it's tonsil stones.
Bro, oh yeah, Jesus! You told me about these years ago.
Oh my God, have you ever gone on one of them with the cotton
Oh,
bud?
for God's sake!
Yeah, that's where all the disgusting.
Never mind
leftover
googling the
food-
feet. Google that one. Jesus.
Tonsil stones, where all little bits of food get collected in your tonsil
Who'd be a
skin,
dentist?
and it rots in there,
Oh, Jesus.
and it turns into a little calcified stone that just stinks.
Oh my God.
But if you have one and you stick a cotton bud back your neck, you can pop it out. Sometimes it can be sore. I used to get quite a few as a kid. So I'd be there with the cotton bud shoved back my, and you'd be like, but you know me, I'm such a picker, like, I have to get it.
This is a food podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We go in the food section of the podcast,
We
people.
could probably go under a few categories.
Somebody did say to me, they said, yeah, love the podcast, but you don't talk about food.
We're getting worse.
But bad BO, you know what they say, particularly now, there's a man, and I'm picturing him in my mind, and they say the worst of the worst offenders are the people who, so they have a top on, they sweat on the top. The top dries, they wear the top again.
Oh God, no.
That one is just,
Well, that's just bad, like, hygiene.
it's just disgusting.
You know?
Yeah, would you say to somebody now, if I stank, would you say to me,
No, I wouldn't.
you're stank?
No, I wouldn't.
I mean, if I was like, well, I'd hope you would.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I think that's really mean. I think that's really hurtful. I'd just let someone else tell you.
You just write a note to somebody else. Will you fucking tell him he stinks? Yeah, tell him he stinks. Would you rather receive a thoughtful gift
Which I have here looking at me.
or an expensive gift?
That I didn't like.
Yeah, no. Which would you rather? You want a thoughtful gift or an expensive
What is
gift?
the expensive gift a nice gift? Do I like
No,
it?
it's just expensive.
Well, I'd rather an expensive gift if I liked it. Like, I'd love a trip to Paris. Like, the wine was very thoughtful.
Yeah.
But if you said, I could also send you to Paris for the weekend. I'd be like, yeah, cool. I'll take Paris.
As long as I can go by myself.
Yeah.
Nobody's coming with me. And finally, for now, would you... I have to try to read my own handwriting. Rather have an incredibly annoying, high-pitched voice
Well, I do.
or a deep, manly voice?
I think a deep, manly voice.
You'd like to have a deep...
Well, over an annoying, squeaky voice. Like,
Yeah.
I hear myself back. I'm like, I can't. Or if my husband is like in the room and he happens to just watch my stories when I'm in his company, I freak out. I'm like, get out of the room! I can't hear myself.
Yeah. So how do you review your stuff?
I have just painfully.
Yeah.
I hate the sound of my voice. Because in my head, it's not as squeaky as it sounds on like the phone.
It's not too bad. It's not... I've heard squeakier.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's annoying.
But nobody likes their own voice.
Nobody likes it.
I
'Cause
mean-
it's not what you hear in your head.
I would turn me off if I had to listen to me
I know,
on the
you have a
radio.
good voice.
I know, I'd turn me off. I would sometimes I go, like, I was saying this recently. It's such a battle sometimes. And I'm sure you felt this. It can happen. It's such a battle. So sometimes
The drama.
you could say something when you're a radio presenter that's really clever.
Yeah.
Or you think it's really clever. And then you throw it out there and you put on your song, and the second the song comes on, I go, what'd you say that for, you dickhead? So I'm straight for the whole next song going, you're such an ass. You're such an ass.
What, are you trying to be funny or something?
Or, no, it just be why? And then I come back on and I go, oh God. Sometimes it's just like picking yourself up off the ground going, why do I do this?
David, you're very hard on yourself.
I know, I'm very, very tough on myself.
Yeah.
But
that's not
and then you
good
come back
in
and
your
you go,
game.
8:19, have a great day.
Yeah, no, I just get sick listening to myself and looking at myself. I'm like, oh, I'm so sick looking at myself. Or I'm reviewing edits and I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah.
It's a tough life we lead. It's a tough life, lads.
I'm like, why do people watch me? I'm really not that exciting. But
It's a-
I'm delighted people follow me.
Yeah,
and watch me.
absolutely. The more the merrier.
Yeah.
The more the merrier.
I'm like, I'm not very exciting.
When we started this journey, I
Yeah.
sat in the car with you with balloons.
What? Oh, fucking Jesus Christ.
So yeah, the journey continues. That's my. I think that's it.
Well,
isn't it?
that was very good, David. Well
That was
done.
Right. Yeah.
You did
See,
great.
I do. I always stick to what I promise
You're
I
a
do.
very good podcaster.
Thanks very
That's
much.
why I don't produce the podcast.
Can we finish by saying thank you to everybody for listening?
Absolutely.
Send your questions in to sarahbutler@home@gmail.com. Mm-hmm. Was that right?
Yep. Or message me on Instagram.
Can we wish you good luck?
God, I hope I don't curse or burn something.
Big Batch. I get reminded of the Big Batch every Monday because they send a little message on our Twitter feed.
Yes.
And good luck on Thursday.
Yeah. I'm trying not to think about it because
Don't.
then every time I think about it, my stomach does a flip.
Don't.
And I'm like, just go and enjoy it. Stop
Just
stressing.
Go and be
Worrying.
yourself.
Yeah, I will.
And
It'll
that's
be
all.
fine.
As I've always said to you, being yourself is enough.
Yes.
There's nothing more. And if
Well, if it's not,
just
I'm
know
a
if it
bit
was me,
buggered.
I go down there and go, how you die, how you more. Jesus, I'm such a dick.
So I won't put a word in for you then.
Oh, do. Say, I work as a team,
I have a sous chef. His
Yeah,
name is
sorry,
David.
it comes with me. Look at him there now. Look at him. He's 50
Jim,
now
I'll
next
put some
week.
clothes on.
He's throwing his wedding ring at you. Die. And of course, keep following and keep listening, and we'll be back.
And thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Thanks for
to
listening
If you've
to
made
the
it to the end,
end. Yeah.
you are our absolute favourite. Top, number one, our best friends. And we'll see you soon.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.